Ernie and I met in the 4th grade. We've been friends all the way through life.
Our houses were in close proximity, and so we would walk to elementary school together quite often.
In high school, Ernie was the football star, and I was on the sideline cheering him on.
I remember Julie always being a really strong Christian. Then my own faith through my early 20s and 30s, it definitely began to waver. I kind of stepped away from the Lord and all the things that my parents had taught me about faith. But in 2004, getting into recovery, they ask you to find some form of power greater than yourselves. And being my religious backgrounds, it was always going to be Christ. And I came to the Lord, and I would call Julie. I was living in Texas. And we would have long conversations in regards to Christ and the cross and His grace and His mercy.
I think it was coming to the knowledge that we both had this relationship with Jesus that sort of changed our trajectory, and we started to look at Him differently. Things kind of took off from there, and we got married in 2010. I was a member of a very small church for a long time, and after Ernie and I got married, we felt like the Lord was maybe leading us to go somewhere else. I'd always been listening to David Jeremiah on the radio when I was traveling between jobs. Always liked his teaching and his preaching, and so one day I just suggested, why don't we go out to Shadow Mountain? And one day we sat down in church, and Ernie said, this is going to be our church.
I said to Julie that we're going to have to be part of this church, we're going to have to be in the church, and we thought of that as far as volunteering.
I started working at the welcome desk, and just such a blessing to be able to answer questions and help direct people. And my faith and my walk was growing as I met people and found what their testimony was, what their stories were.
And myself, I drive a tram. We meet so many people that have come to Shadow Mountain to visit from all over the country, from all over the world. And it's an opportunity for me to talk about Christ to people that I know, that I pick up every Sunday, but it's also an opportunity for me to talk about Christ with people that I've never met before.
I recently became involved with the LIFT program. That's a discipleship and mentor program in the women's ministry. And it's an opportunity to disciple women one-on-one, help them grow in their faith. And our goal is that they then would go on and disciple someone else.
The volunteer work is really, really special for me. In James it says, faith without works is dead. And our works is that we're able to meet people and carry the message of Christ in our lives.
There's so many ways to get involved at Shadow Mountain, and the church needs your help.
Everybody has been given a specific gift from God. And one thing I know for a fact with Christ, He doesn't call those that are equipped, He equips those that He calls.
Get up, get out, and volunteer, and you'll be amazed at how much you get back in the midst of giving to other people.